Let me ask you guys a question. When you look at me and you see this magnificent pube chin, these bra straps that they call a sweatshirt, and this fantastic physique, what's the first thing you think of? Shh. Gonna stop you right there. I know what you're thinking. Wrestling fan. Because that's the first thing I think of when I see someone like me. Wrestling fan. The only distinguish between me and the average wrestling fan is that I have a sex life. And as said, wrestling fan, I feel the need to hold my own accountable, if you will. I feel the need to have to rein in the people that are a part of my party, and I have to distinguish and I have to separate the crazies and the loon bags from the sane. And that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna separate the crazy and the loon bags from the sane. So if you aren't aware, which good for you, because that means you're not on Twitter, and well, I gotta say, man, your health, your mental health, man, it's gotta be like, man, you should be a therapist. I gotta tell you, man, you got an opportunity in your life to be a therapist if you're not on Twitter, because you're one of the more normal, mentally stable ones in the world today. Regardless, though, it's this popular wrestling account called All Elite Botches. I actually covered him a couple of years ago when Joey Janela, per dipshit rules, went out of his way to either dox him. I can't remember correctly whether it was him doxing or if he wished death upon him. I can't remember per se what he did, but it doesn't matter because either way, I mean, it's one of those two, and it's Joey Janela, and I mean, tomato, tomato, potato, potato, knife, gun, still a piece of shit no matter what, right? So either way, fuck Joey Janela. But yeah, this All Elite Botches account is very, very popular for botching or posting botches, of very prominent spots or prominent superstars within the AEW roster. He has gained acclaim and he has gained a pretty small following, loyal following, if you will, but he has run into a bit of trouble over the past few years. And as I said before, if not Joey Janela, regardless, he's been doxxed, he's been threatened to be in doxxed, he's been threatened physically, and as of right now, he was emailed a photo by one of the fans of AEW, a picture of his family, if I'm not mistaken. As a matter of fact, rather than me actually having to ramble on, let me show you what I'm talking about. So the post states, and I quote, "I have received an email with our family photo, residential address, and my kid's school address with the subject line," and I quote, "Stop criticizing AEW," unquote. Well, I quit. However, please save this tweet and remember hashtag AEW Botches when the inevitable happens inside the ring. Thank you all. Accompanying that tweet was a video of him highlighting over the years the amount of botches AEW has played the wrestling business with that I would love to show, but I don't feel like being Robin Hood by a billionaire, unfortunately. Also, there were some comments underneath there, some good, but also, I gotta say, there were some comments that made me think to myself, I was gonna call them autistic, but in order to call them autistic, I feel I have to create a new subdivision within the spectrum. Just how much of a monkey fuck do you have to be this degenerate? I don't get it. I do get it. I understand the end of the day. It comes right back to that whole, what do they call it? That overused piece of shit word, parasocial relationship. You having a parasocial relationship, parasocial relationship, parasocial relationship. How about a pair of these nuts in your mouth, okay? Look, folks, you don't know AEW. You don't know Tony Khan. You don't know any of the wrestlers. In the end of the day, I'll even do you one better. Just to kind of make this more of a conclusion. It doesn't even go, it goes even further past the point of you not knowing any of these wrestlers or knowing Tony Khan or like what are you? Are you? Because they're a private company, so I would like to know, are you plunking money into the company? How are you doing that, huh? Did you get something out of defending the company in this man? Because you're not even defending it. You're a batshit psycho crazy person. Okay, you're insane. You need to be locked into a mental institution. You need to be padded up inside the nearest room next to the counter, because they need to know whether or not you're gonna hurt yourself, and they have to be there immediately. What in the hell is wrong with you people? What in the actual hell is wrong with you people? And I know people are gonna probably be like, well, WWE fans this, WWE fans that. And look, this is not a competition of who. Let me make this perfectly clear. This is not a competition of who's the most retarded, okay? You're both retarded. But I just want you to know that I'm seeing more retardation being played out on one side versus the other. That's the problem. Again, WWE fans, they can go full spectrum too, but at the same time, I don't see it to this degree, which is even crazier because you would think that you will see it more on the WWE side, considering that they have more fans. You don't. You just don't. Don't. And if it happens amongst themselves, between themselves. It's not as public. So help me out here. What do you get in the end of the day going after a wrestling company, or anyone for that matter, in this manner? I've received death threats too in the past. My old millennial smart account, I received death threats in the past also. Why? What did my opinion do to you? What did my opinion do to you? Why did my opinion make you feel this way? Why did my opinion make you feel so heartbroken that you're willing to commit an illegal act online that your lawyer cannot get you out of because your dumb ass actually typed it out? What made you do that? Why would you do that? What made that go through your brain to say, whoa, let me type this out? Let's read this line, let's read this line, let's read this line. Well, I mean, there could be a possibility that you're a daycare dropout, so maybe there is maybe I will give you the caveat, and I would think to myself that maybe, just maybe, you just don't recognize what the hell is going on currently. Maybe you think this is a game. Maybe you think this is a game. Maybe you think if you go out of your way and you, I don't know, confront on the fucking internet typing, maybe in your mind you think that you're confronting the situation in order to, I don't know, confirm said parasocial relationship. I can't even make details. I'm so confused. The average wrestling fan, it makes me so sad to be a human. They really, really do. Don't send death threats to people. And yes, I would give the caveat. I don't know why he would do this, but I will give the caveat, and I will make note of the fact for future reference. Who knows? I've seen crazier shit. There could be a possibility that AEW Botches is lying. It could be a very possibility that there is no email. He could have maybe tagged the picture in there so we could have got at least some evidence. I will definitely throw that out there, and I will keep that out there, but I would definitely say that it'd be very, 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 very weird. And not to mention, there is a precedent set, as if this didn't happen before. Again, you had assholes, legitimate wrestlers, marks like Joey Janela, who went out of his way. I made a video on this about 2 years ago. He himself, the actual contracted wrestler at the time, this nappy-headed fuck, which is weird because you're white. How are you nappy-headed when you're white? I'm not gonna get into this. He outwardly, not even condemned, he said straight up, he sent a death threat, or docs, either one, to AEW Botches. It's insanity. It's pure insanity. How much of a baby shit? Like, you are pure baby diarrhea. You are fucking cope. You are cope definition. You are cope incarcerated. I hate. Sorry. I'm very, very sorry. I sound very emotional right now. But I'm a father of two, folks. I'm a father of two. I've gotten comments inside my comment section who threatened me. Yes, in the past, but it never went any further than that. Why? They don't have my Gmail account. You'll never will get my Gmail account, and you'll never get the opportunity to send me some of your mouth-breathing ass-at comments ever, period, point. But I would never give you a reason. I would never give your walrus pussy any reason to fucking send me any death threats. Well, I guess I wouldn't say reason, but I want to give you any platform to give you the opportunity to send me these kind of threats, to dox me, to find out my address, because you're that much of a fucking zombie head mental case. Folks, don't send death threats. Don't send messages. Don't breathe around the person if you hate them that much. Leave. There are safe spaces, there are safe circles, there are safe corners, whatever goddamn woke terminology you want to use. To go over there, I guarantee you AEW has their own community where they can rub ass cheeks together and they can anal fuck each other. Go over there. I guarantee you will find a community over there, and you guys can kumbaya, hug each other. You can finger your assholes and stick it up your nose and ask each other, did you eat cheese this morning? Go throughout your way, do all that other kind of stuff, and go over there and go embrace whatever community you already have that's pretty much cuddling your echo chamber type of mentality or thoughts. But to come after people, to come to a community, to actively seek out a community you know you're not going to like, then get upset to the degree that not only are you defending a company, you're going well beyond defending the company, you're making death threats to a company or on behalf of a company to a person that you actively seeked out. personally speaking, if this is actually real, he needs to not, and you know, I will say this about AEW Botches, if he's watching this video, dude, go to the police. Go to the police. That's something else I will, if I have to give any kind of negative remark about AEW Botches, it's the fact that, like, dude, why are you talking about this on Twitter? Go to the police. I see people do this all the time. It's like the people who talk about me being a rape victim, okay? It's hard to take you seriously when A, you didn't post any evidence, and B, you didn't go to the goddamn police. I want to believe that this is the case so we can actually stop this nonsense. Same thing can be said about the women. Contrary to belief, as far as some people believe how I come at the victims, so-called victims, I want to help. I want to be a part of something that's actually contributing positivity. But if you're not giving me any evidence, if you're going to go directly to fucking Twitter rather than going to the fucking police, then it's kind of hard to take you seriously. So maybe do that first before going on Twitter and, you know, trying to get attention for the situation. Because again, if I'm gonna go after the women who like to pretend to be victims, same thing can be said about AEW Botches. Okay, why are you coming on Twitter to talk about death threats being sent to your family? I'd go to the fucking police if I were you. That's just me personally. But with that being said, folks, let me get some of your comments down in the comment section below. Let me get ready to go in the house right now. Let's see, Sprinkle's about to come on. Let me get ready to cut the grass. I'm gonna talk to you guys later. I gotta go to work actually around 3 o'clock, so maybe I won't talk to you guys later on. We'll see how it goes, okay? Also, I'll have in the description box below a link to the tweet where the whole video that's highlighting all the AEW botches over the years that All Elite Botches has covered. I'll have that down in the description box below because it's actually pretty goddamn hilarious. Plus, it's actually a tweet that is connected to, I'm assuming, his new channel. I'm not sure. Or maybe his secondary channel, regardless. So support that channel also, and maybe you can come up with something new or do something along the lines of being a little bit more low-key about it. So I'll have that down in the description box below if you guys want to check that out. But with that being said, I'll catch you guys later. Deuces. Peace.